to this meeting of NIFA. I'd like to order or ask for a roll call.
Mo Megji.
Richard Kessel.
Chris Wright.
Lester Petrarca.
So we do have a quorum. Before we get to our agenda, I do want to announce that one of our esteemed board members, Rory Lanceman, resigned a couple of days ago. He was appointed by Speaker Carl Hastie and the governor to be on the new NUMIC board of directors. And I think I'm not going to speak for him, but I think obviously there was a conflict based on an action that we're going to take later tonight. And he did resign. But I just want to say publicly that I think Rory was a fabulous member of the board. He was vice chairman. He was invaluable to me. He gave me a lot of great advice. I think he made a great contribution to our board, and we're going to miss him. And, obviously, just to the other board members, we're down to 5 members. We have 2 vacancies. We have John Zasso's vacancy and Rory's vacancy. So that would require new appointments. So we're working on that.
It makes us all individually much more powerful.
Huh? Yes, you're right. That makes you more powerful.
Okay, great. Good to
But I just want to wish Rory, he's not here, but I want to wish Rory the best of luck.
He's done a great job.
I think he did a great job for us, and we're going to miss him. But I do want to say that.
Does that increase our pay?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Goes up 100%.
Double.
Yeah.
That's good.
Double.
Split Rory's payment.
All right, so first we have the approval of minutes of the directors' meeting on April 28th.
I'll move.
Second.
Okay, does anyone have any comments, omissions, additions, or corrections?
No, sir.
Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, now we're going to consider a whole list of county contracts that we have before us. We obviously have a voluminous list of contracts. I'm going to ask Martha Warsham, who's our contract expert, to start going through them so we can vote on whether to accept them or not. Martha?
Sure. I was hoping to present all the contracts with for the health department together, since the scope and term are all the same for these contracts from September 1, 2025 through August 31, 2030.
So that's items 2 through 9?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
But you're going to mention each of them,
Yes,
right?
I will.
Thank you.
Yes. The amounts vary depending on the historical caseload and total amount paid to vendors during the last 5 years. This is from 2020 through August 31st of 2024. Factors that also impact the contract amounts are the school or agency size and the services that each institution provides. These vendors provide some or all of the following mandated services to Nassau County preschool students with disabilities between the ages of 3 and 5. Special education-related services, special education itinerant teacher services, evaluations to determine eligibility. The contracts to be approved are Brookville Center for Children's Services, approximately $156 million. Variety Child Learning Center, approximately $85.5 million. The Hagerdon Little Village School, approximately $60 million. Kids Therapy Services, approximately $43 million. Hebrew Academy for Special Children, approximately $36 million. United Cerebral Palsy Association of Nassau County, $24 million. New York Therapy Placement Services, $10 million. And Mid-Island Therapy Associates, LLC, $7.5 million. The county received $59.5 or $251.09 million in state aid for these services.
So this is a 5-year, this is a 5 school years.
Correct. It's
So
for
that's
the
why
5
amounts
school
are so
years.
high.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Prospective only, so that none of it's retrospective. It's
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Are there any other questions?
Are there any questions on any of these contracts? All right, hearing none, do I hear a motion to accept
I'll
them?
make the motion that we accept contracts at items 2 through 9 as a block.
Okay.
Second.
Most seconded. Any comments on the part of the board? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, the contracts are adopted. Next.
Okay, the following two contracts are with the Department of Public Works. Vendors were selected through an open competitive bidding process. The contracts will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of any of these contracts does not guarantee future borrowing authorization. Procon Group. This is a job ordering contracting services agreement to perform general construction services at various county facilities, such as police precincts, court facilities, and the correctional center. The contract's term is 2 years from the notice to proceed, with the option to renew it for an additional 2 years, and it is valued at $40 million. Funding includes the renewal option.
All right, so that's number 10. Do I hear a motion to adopt and accept, approve the
move.
contract?
I'll move, yes.
Mo, I'll second it. Any comments? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, number 11, Bayman Industries.
Bayman Industries. The contract with Bayman is a resurfacing requirement contract for the towns of Hempstead, North Hempstead, Oyster Bay, and the cities of Long Beach and Glen Cove. And it is valued at $24 million with a term of 4 years.
I'll move to approve.
We want to hear, actually, we probably have some discussion we want to hear from the county on this one, right? Wasn't this the one where
There is a representative
the
for the
IG
county.
had some comments that we wanted to hear
Yeah.
resolution on?
Hi, come on up, identify yourself, and love to hear from you.
Richard Idaveo, Superintendent of Highway and Drainage Construction, Nassau County Department of Public Works.
Go ahead.
What was the question?
I thought you were going to describe the contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the question is that we were aware that there were a number of comments raised by the Inspector General during the county's consideration prior to sending it to us.
Right.
And our staff had asked a number of questions. We just want to follow up on the resolution of those questions.
Okay.
And the sufficiency of that resolution.
So this contract is a resurfacing requirements contract. It is the successor contract to what is currently expired as of this past April. So we can no longer issue any work orders or encumber any new funds. So if any kind of emergency or urgent work comes up in the county roadways, we have no way to respond to that.
The county doesn't have other resurfacing vendors?
Standalone resurfacing contracts that have defined roadways and limits and budgets. This is a requirements contract, and it's meant to respond to emergencies, urgent work, small value work orders where it's not worth going through the bidding process, $100,000 or whatever. So it's a 48-month contract and has a $24 million cap. So we have the ability to encumber $24 million over the 4-year period, but we're only encumbering $2 million at this time. I know there was some concerns about equipment. This contractor owns several pieces of equipment and has the ability to lease or rent equipment as required to ramp up whenever they know what the work is going to be, because these are work orders that have not yet been issued, so they don't know what the work is at this time. And this is different because it doesn't have a list of roads included in the contract, because it's a requirements contract, so we don't know what roads we're going to give them yet, or repairs to the road, as opposed to priority resurfacing type of contracts where the roads are known at the time of bidding. I think those were most of the questions.
Yeah, the concerns which we became aware of, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, was whether or not the vendor was qualified, that fit the bill, whether or not the entity had been in business as an entity long enough, whether or not it was a successor to an entity that is disbarred and disallowed from doing business with the county. Those were the major concerns that we were aware of, at least in the public record from the Inspector General. And obviously, we were able to read those reports, and that's, I think, where our staff had questions.
Yeah, I mean, the county attorney was involved, and they were deemed that all those questions were answered satisfactory, and legally, we were told that the contract must be awarded. There is no reason this contractor's been deemed to be responsive and responsible.
Mr. Chairman, I think the staff have outstanding questions that have not sufficiently been addressed. I'm going to move to table this contract.
Motion to table takes precedence.
Yes.
All those in favor of tabling the resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion is tabled.
Right.
Do you want to speak?
Yes.
Oh, come on up. You can speak. Even though we tabled it, you can come up and speak.
So in terms of the questions, I guess what...
Sorry, who?
Hi, I'm Jane Hodak. I'm the attorney for Public Works. I'm the department's chief contracting officer, and I'm the one who makes all the responsibility determinations regarding the vendors for the department. And I've been in municipal government since 1988. And I've been doing this job at the county since 2002. And I have, in that capacity, found contractors to be non-responsible. And those were non-responsibility determinations were actually challenged and upheld. So I'm perfectly familiar with the law and what would be rational reasons to find a contractor non-responsible. And we certainly did an incredibly thorough review of this particular contractor, knowing the history of concerns regarding this particular contractor, and we did not find that it was a successor to a disbarred contractor, nor did we find that it lacked the wherewithal to do the work. And we also did an extensive outreach, particularly to the city of New York, for whom they do contract work now of a much greater size than we are asking them to do under this contract. So taking in the totality of information that we had available to us when we considered this vendor and whether or not it was able to do the work and whether or not it had the legal ability and the integrity to do the work, there was absolutely no reason to find that it did not.
I think our staff, the point of tabling it as opposed to rejecting it, which was another option, is that our staff is, I don't think at this point, clear on the sufficiency of the answers to their outstanding questions.
Okay.
Brought back to us.
And respectfully, since I've worked with your staff for a whole bunch of years and used to work for your staff, no one on your staff has reached out to me.
Well, I haven't reached out to you, but they have reached out
And we
county.
to the county.
And we provided you with all of the information and all of the information.
I'm not
that we
going to
had.
get into an argument. The motion is tabled.
Okay.
You can certainly talk to make an appointment to communicate with our staff and sit down with them, and if you're correct, you can come back to us at a future meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next is Smith and Drake Realty.
Yes, Smith and Drake Realty Corporation, also doing business as Smith and DeGraw Real Estate. This contract is with the Real Estate Division within the Department of Public Works. The vendor was selected through an open competitive bidding process. The contract's term is 5 years, starting January 1, 2025, with a 3-year renewal option. The contract is valued at approximately $8.6 million. Funding includes the renewal option. The contract will be funded from DPW's operating budget and with capital proceeds also. Approval of this contract does not guarantee future borrowing authorization. The vendor will provide all-inclusive management services for the residential rental units at Mitchell Field, exclusively occupied by veterans and active military families.
Is that the current housing project, or is there new construction contemplated?
This is the current.
current project, right?
It's the current, yeah,
All right, okay.
yeah. It's the current one.
All right,
I'll move it.
do I have a motion to adopt the Smith and Drake Realty contract?
I'll make it.
Chris, I'll second it. Any comments on the board? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, contract is approved. Now we've got the two Pratt Brothers contracts.
Yes, the two Pratt brothers I'm going to present together since they have the same scope of work, just for different phases of this resurfacing project. Pratt Brothers was selected through two separate open competitive bidding process. Both contracts will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee future borrowing authorization. Contract number 66025 is for Phase 15 and is valued at approximately $5.4 million. Item number 661-25, is for Phase 14 and is valued at approximately $5 million. The term for both contracts is 180 days from the notice to proceed.
Thank you. First, do I hear a motion to adopt the two Pratt Brothers contracts?
I'll move.
Okay, I'll second it.
And why are they separate? Is it just two separate?
It's two separate phases.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Sure. No problem.
Okay, any further comments or questions?
And if I may add, one of them is it's under the threshold, but since they were together for the same project, we decided to present them together.
Thank you, Martha.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, the two contracts are adopted. Next is a consideration of a memorandum of understanding between the county and the Nassau County Civil Service Employees Association. Evan,
Yes.
please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the administration and the Civil Service Employees Association entered into a memorandum of agreement on April 7th. That agreement revised some terms of the previously executed memorandum of understanding, which had been approved by NIFA in September of 2023. The MOA was ratified by members of the CSCA on April 30th and unanimously approved by the legislature on May 19th. The length of the contract remains unchanged and expires December 31st, 2030. However, some of the terms have been modified to mitigate the additional unanticipated costs incurred by the county for health insurance benefits provided to CSCA members and retirees. For context, the original MOU anticipated significant savings from switching CSCA employees and retirees from the Empire Plan to the Excelsior Plan, both of which were insurance programs then offered by the New York State Health Insurance Program. The negotiated savings were not realized in 2024 and 2025 for two reasons. One, the premiums for the Excelsior Plan were increased by NISHIP much higher than had been assumed during negotiations, and the CSCA retirees remained in the Empire Plan after they initiated litigation to stop the transfer of its cohort. Furthermore, NISHIP terminated the Excelsior Plan in 2025, thus negating any chance for the county to realize the remaining savings negotiated for 2025 through 2030. In total, this resulted in an estimated $210 million in projected additional costs through 2030. Among the major offsetting provisions negotiated in the new MOA are approximately estimated to be $59 million from delaying the timing of annual wage increases from mid-year until January 1st of the following year, and delaying the full implementation of the phase-in of the higher Nassau Community College salary chart schedule. And an additional estimated projected $49.6 million from introducing a 3% health insurance contribution required of all CSCA members' base salaries beginning January 1st, 2026. And the last of the major pieces was $9.3 million estimated savings from delaying a 15-year senior stipend from January 1st of 2024 to January 1st of 2026. In addition, the county will save an estimated $33 million since it is, well, it's really not estimated, it's a firm $33 million since it is no longer obligated to fund a health reimbursement arrangement, which was an employer-funded health benefit that would have reimbursed employees for excuse me, qualified medical expenses related to the Excelsior plan. Other changes that produce savings are detailed in the cost analysis summary provided in your meeting materials. In total, the administration estimates that the new MOA will cost the county approximately $45.1 million more than the original MOU for the period 2024 through 2030. In contrast, our analysis of the MOA indicates that net costs will be marginally higher than estimated by the county at approximately $46.9 million, or $1.8 million above the administration's projections. It's just a marginally higher. After consulting with OMB staff, the administration has acknowledged that our analysis is correct, and accordingly, we recommend that the MOA be considered for approval at tonight's meeting.
Thank you, Evan. Just a couple of questions and comment. I understand that the employees, the CSEA employees now, under this new agreement, will be contributing to their health insurance for the first time?
Well, it depends on which group of employees,
Right.
but yes, now all members will be contributing.
Right.
All active employees will contribute 3%.
That's right.
Beginning next year.
Beginning next year.
And
Right.
did this affect all the retirees or just certain tiers?
Retirees from CSEA will contribute no money towards their health
But
insurance.
the original problem with when they were in and out of the Empire plan and everything, was that just certain tiers of them, or
No, that was
all?
all active employees were supposed to be moved to the Empire plan.
Right.
From the Empire plan to Excelsior.
Right.
And all retirees
Right.
were also supposed to be.
But the retirees didn't move.
They didn't move. They were litigating. My understanding is they withdrew their litigation a few days ago.
Okay.
Even if
Last week.
Even if they won the first round, right?
I don't know.
They got a TRO.
Right, they got-
They got a TRO, I'm the one who started.
God bless you.
They got a
62
TRO
weeks,
on
so
December
they-
17th, 2023. I'm 76 years old. All I did was Google, do unions negotiate for retirees? And it came up. This question has already been settled by the Supreme Court, that unions cannot negotiate for retirees who have no vote, otherwise retirees would have nothing left. So I Googled that and realized that whatever they were doing, we collected $500,000 and we went to court.
Thank you. Can you just state your name for the record?
Jean Everett.
Thank you very much.
We've just filed the paperwork to discontinue that because Excelsior no longer
Exists, right.
And they have to leave us on Empire.
Thank you very much. Evan, so there is no pending litigation at all on Empire or Excelsior?
There is a.
I'm asking
Go
Evan.
ahead.
I don't have an answer.
Well, then you can
Somebody
answer
else could answer that.
Some of the medics, the current active police medics, have a case in PERB. First of all, the judge told the county to renegotiate the health care. They opened up the whole contract. So the medics, there's a medic in there he had a PERB meeting this week. I don't know what happened because I haven't talked.
So one of the units seems to have a case.
Yes,
Okay.
and they're in PERB, and they're trying to blow out the whole contract because the judge said renegotiate the health care. He did not say renegotiate the whole contract and open the contract. So that's their thing. I don't know how far he's going to get or whatever, and I'm not connected to him even though I've given him some information. But, we're rooting for him.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Stephen March here. I'm outside counsel to the county. I've been involved with this MOA. Be ready, local. There is an active PERB matter That had a conference earlier this week. It is currently scheduled for a hearing in July. It is a duty of fair representation claim by one of the police medics against the CSEA.
Okay.
It is not against the county. The county is named in it because they have to by statute, but it's against the CSEA for allegedly failing to represent the membership properly. But that's the active case. The retirees litigation was discontinued earlier this week, I believe, this week.
Well, we were waiting for this meeting.
It was filed earlier this week and discontinued, so there's no other active litigations on the matter.
Thank you.
This makes my trip out east.
And you are with what firm?
Be Ready Law Group.
I'm sorry?
Be Ready Law Group.
Thank you.
Outside counsel to the county.
Peter Beasley.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I just wanted to indicate that I did have several conversations with CSCA leadership, and I know it was a closer vote than people expected, but I'm satisfied based upon all the work that our staff did. Like Evan and our whole staff deserve credit. They've kept me informed and the directors informed. I think they've done a great job. We were getting some challenges in terms of getting the county's analysis, but that's been solved. Everything has been rectified, and based upon all of that, I would support the MOA.
And Evan, the numbers you described are already in there. They fit into the multi-year plan. I mean, our real nexus here is the financial outcome.
Right. The county is updating their financial plan in June.
Right.
So,
We're expecting it to. Since there's no impact in 2025, it's not affecting the current year.
correct.
Okay.
And Evan, just one.
Well, I'm sorry, let me qualify.
Yeah.
There is an impact in 2025.
Right.
But they will have other favorable variances
right, that's
to
the point,
offset.
right. It's not, there's no net impact. It's not going to blow up any analysis we have already done. Okay.
Evan, and I'm supportive of the memorandum, but if we didn't vote for it, would it then not be approved?
Correct.
Okay.
It's subject to
Subject to NIFA approval.
NIFA's approval.
Okay, thank you.
It clearly spends more than 50,000
Right.
a day. Right? So,
No, but that's even written right into the memorandum of
Yes.
agreement.
Good.
So
Okay.
Oh, I see.
both parties understood
Yeah, I see.
that it's subject to NIFA approval.
So all labor agreements, because I came on after the major labor agreements were approved, are subject to NIFA approval going forward, as they
Yes.
expire.
Really, because it's greater than $50,000.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not that we're obligated to approve labor agreements, but that they're over $50,000.
Correct.
Right.
We believe it because you granted approval on the original MOA and this
Right.
modifies that
It's
MOA,
modified.
Right.
that it would be prudent to bring it to you and then...
No, and it modifies it by more than 50. Anyway.
Yes.
So, and
Yes.
modifications count for us too.
Right,
Yep.
okay, I got it.
It's a threshold.
Thank
And
you.
that's why.
Thank you for
Thank you
coming.
so much.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
comments, ma'am.
Thank you.
Do I hear,
I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Second.
Actually, I shouldn't move to approve it. I'll just vote.
I'll move to
My father's a
approve.
retiree.
I'll approve. I'm a motion.
Did you pay?
okay, Lester moves,
I didn't.
Mo seconds it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Now, we've got one final resolution before we go into executive session, and that is the imposition of a control period over the Nassau Healthcare Corporation. Evan,
We're going to invite.
ask John to it, and I've got...
Our general counsel.
I want to give some comments. Thank you. And other board members may want to do it as well.
On May 9th, 2025, Governor Hochul signed Chapter 57 of the Laws of 25, which in addition to reforming the governance and administration of the Nassau Healthcare Corporation, amended the NIFA Act to strengthen NIFA's oversight over NHCC. Among other things, NIFA is now required to determine whether to impose a control period upon NHCC independently of determining whether to impose a control period over Nassau County. NIFA, under the requirements of the NIFA Act, NIFA must impose a control period if NHCC incurs a major operating fund deficit of more than 1% during its fiscal year. For 2023, that deficit reached approximately $77.3 million, which is around 11%. Operating losses for 2024 are expected to exceed, based on our analysis, $83 million. And NIFA projects that for 2025 will end with another deficit exceeding multiples of 1%. For all of those reasons, NIFA staff is recommending the approval of the resolution imposing the control period.
Thank you, John. Let me just make a couple of comments. First of all, thank you, John, and our staff. You know, we have been very involved in the NIFA NUMIC legislation for maybe almost a year, and our staff has done a great job, and I want to thank them for it. And I want to make a few comments. First of all, and John, you correct me if I'm wrong, this is a mandatory requirement. It's not something that's optional. The numbers that have been provided here tonight automatically trigger the imposition of a control period. That's correct, right?
Yeah, yes, the act says shall. The
Right.
board shall if it meets this, and our determination that it does meet that.
And
far exceeds it.
11 being substantially greater than 1
exactly.
by a factor of 11. Right, so, yeah.
Right. Second of all, we have been under a control period for the county, and a few years ago, NIFA voted to include the hospital, NUMIC, as a covered organization, and therefore it has been our obligation to approve, to approve all contracts over $50,000 and various other things that NUMIC has done. And whether they've submitted all of that to our approval is a whole nother story. We can deal with another time. But I think it's important to distinguish between this control period, and I want to commend Governor Hochul and the legislature for expanding our authority and strengthening our authority, as well as creating a whole new board of governance over at NUMIC. I think she stepped up when no one else would take responsibility and introduced this legislation and worked very hard to getting it passed. And I commend her, and I commend Speaker Hasty and Senate Majority Leader Cousins for their work on this. But the difference, as I understand it, is that by our vote tonight, we are doing a period of a separate control period as opposed to that is included in the county's control period. So if in fact the county ultimately, I'm not saying we're even contemplating it, but if in fact in the future the county comes out of the control period, unless we vote contrary, the hospital would stay in the control period. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So as opposed to, because once one fell, the other one,
Right.
the covered entity status would be meaningless. So this creates a separate track.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
And, I just wanted to indicate to the board that in my time here, which is shorter than all of yours, at least the second time around.
You get credit for time served, though, before.
I do? You're giving it to
Yeah,
me?
exactly. Yeah.
Good. That our relationship with the NUMIC board, the old NUMIC board that went out of existence on Sunday, June 1st, and the management over there has been less than stellar, and that's saying it politely. I think that they have been less cooperative, and I've been very disappointed in their lack of respect for NIFA and the laws that created us and our statutory obligations. I do believe, and I'm telling the board this, that there are many contracts that were either not approved properly by NUMIC or were approved in some way and never submitted to NIFA for their approval. And that's very disappointing. On the other hand, I have had a number of discussions with the new chairman of the new board over at NUMIC, Stu Rabinowitz, who former president of Hofstra University, former dean of the law school over there, highly respected. I've known Stu for almost 30 years. We have a great relationship. And I'm looking forward to a completely different relationship between NIFA and the hospital. It is not hopefully going to be adversarial in any way. It's a partnership. It's working to lend our expertise and our legal capabilities to help the hospital get out of a staggering financial deficit that has to be dealt with. And I think that we are looking forward to working with the new board, the 7 new board members, and a new management team that hasn't been yet hired, but over the coming months will be hired, to have a very positive partnership and a relationship over there. I think that the governor's intent, and Mo sent me a note, but the governor has no intention of closing Nassau University Medical Center. And the comments that have been made in the press publicly are just completely false and incorrect. And the fact that the hospital has been claiming for at least the last year that the board and management, the old board and management, have turned the hospital around is completely false based on their own audited financial statements. They're incurring deep losses. They have a deficit total of over $1 billion, and they need help. And I just wanted to indicate, and I've indicated directly to Stu as recently as today, that we're there to help them. We want to develop a very strong, positive relationship with the new board and eventually with the new management team over there to work with them as partners. It's a lot of work that has to be done, but I think it's something that we can look forward to in a positive way. And so I would recommend to the board that they impose this control period, but as a positive step, not something that's adversarial. I know you guys may have comments as well. I'd be glad to entertain them. Mo?
No, Chairman Kessel, my only comments are, first of all, thank you and the staff for all the work you've put in. We have followed this issue for the past at least a year, if not longer. And I think it's high time, and I applaud the governor for taking the tough step of starting the process of fixing NUMIC. It's a critical hospital for Long Island and for Nassau County, and we stand ready to support it. So I am very supportive of this resolution.
Thank you. Chris?
Same, Mr. Chairman. As you know, when we discussed, when you first rejoined NIFA, we realized that of the major financial issues facing the county, the hospital's financial condition and its impact on the county, in particular with regard to the debt guarantee, was probably the biggest one number issue. And I think the fact that it's gone unresolved for as many years as it has gotten to this point. It used to be sort of a rhetorical question. You know, how many years can you go on losing $100 million a year? It has a numerical answer, 6, right, at this point. And that's when you get into the situation where you're monitoring cash on a daily or weekly basis, which is not a healthy place to be. So I think this is a necessary action. We're compelled to take it, but it's a necessary action regardless. I support the resolution as well.
Thank you, Chris. Lester, any comments?
Chairman Kessel, I would echo both Chris and Mo's comments. There's really nothing to add. It's just is what it is.
Thank you, Lester. So I will move the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Chris?
Lester said first.
Third. Are there any further comments? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. I will now entertain a motion for the directors to conduct an executive session pursuant to Public Officers Law 105 to consider the financial history of a particular corporation, certain matters related to proposed, pending, or current litigation, and personnel items. Do I have a motion to go into executive
Yes,
session?
so moved.
I'll move.
Okay, and second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Just to indicate to the public that I don't anticipate that NIFA will be taking any votes in the executive session. We just did.
Just did. No, you didn't declare it. It passed.
Yeah, it passed.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we just voted.
Unanimous.
We will come back in public, probably just to adjourn. I don't anticipate any votes at that time. You can decide whether you want to wait for us or not. Thank you, and we'll be back soon.
13th. Yeah.
Do I have a vote to go back into open
I
session?
move, Mr. Chairman, that we come into
Second,
regular session.
second.
Second,
All in
third.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now, do I hear a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Good night, guys.
We'll see you in July.
Thank you. What about these?